right, what's up, y'all? I'm excited today. This is what the third or fourth person I've had so far. Um, which is hype because I love finding other blerds. I love talking about blurred shit. Like with the other shows, it's like I get a chance to show different sides. Love Journal's my therapy side. Me trying to be a little therapist and shit. Dive into my deep bag. Man of horror is like my horror side, my other passion, and then this is like a whole other side, which is one of my other passions. Black nerd. I love cool, just nerdy shit, fucking superheroes, comic books, games, fucking you name it. I love it. And today, um, it's funny because right as I was looking before I was going to say what the episode is about, my guest is the homie DC.
Not confused with the motherfuckers who fucked up Superman, Batman Beyond, and everything else that they had smoking.
Right.
But digress. So it's a sore spot for me. My initials are DC, and one of the first superheroes I ever liked was Superman. So like Superman, Wolverine. Well, Superman, Deadpool, Wolverine. Of course, Deadpool is taking top spot because why not?
Yeah.
But back when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, Superman's that shit. I got like the tattoo. But over the years, they was one fucked up Superman. Two, the whole universe is whack. I don't know whether they coming or going. They let you know what? It's your show. I ain't gonna because I get on the soapbox. When we start talking about DC comics, I get on the soapbox. Like
man, yeah, that's what I want. That is what I want.
They let Marvel when Marvel was so broke and couldn't do shit, and Blade was the only thing they had. DC had the chance to be the best universe ever as far as movies and what they had as far as comics, and they dropped the ball. So
yeah. So if y'all haven't guessed, today we are talking about the DC problem.
Fucking problem.
It is a problem. And so real quick, I'll say two things that I wanted to mention real quick when you mention your favorite heroes. The first one for DC for me was Batman. That's still like my favorite. I fucking love Batman. Like
Batman was white privilege in for me. Like it was but I was also under the guise of to be a superhero, you had to have powers, could fly or something like that. I didn't realize Batman's superpower was being a great fucking detective and having money.
I was about to say, but it is also, the detective part, but then like he also like trained his but it's like he could have let it just been minimal, but he trained his body, his mind, like
but as a kid, you don't think of that. You don't think about the deeper, you just look at who's flashy, you know what I'm saying, who could do what.
Right.
And that's how you find your favorite character. If Batman was your favorite character as a kid, you think too much. That's what I thought as a kid.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, because it was like the fact that he's like the most dangerous man. Like Superman himself is like, this is the most dangerous person on the planet because he literally can find a way to kill or defeat anybody, and he literally just doesn't kill. So if he killed, it'll be over for motherfuckers.
And then the fact that this motherfucker had the wherewithal to come up with a contingency plan to kill the whole Justice League.
I love it. That's one of my favorite storylines.
That is one of my favorite runs. Like when he had a way to kill everybody, or at least neutralize. I wouldn't say kill.
Yeah, he was like, and they was like, why would you do something like that? He like, if y'all don't understand the need for this, then I don't need to be in the Justice League.
When he gave that speech, he was like, any one of us could go rogue and tear the world apart. We all need to have a contingency plan to stop the other.
He's like, I got one for me too. Shit.
Yeah. And it's like personal. If you guys can't see the fact that we need this, you guys are too far. We might
tripping.
Artists because we all are too
powerful. This is my group. Right. Okay. The other thing I want to harp on too before we dive into the DC is that when you mentioned Wolverine, fucking movies made me hate Wolverine. God damn it. It was like they only focused on him. Even in the X-Men movies, it was like still a heavy Wolverine focus. I'm like, love Wolverine, but there's so much more.
That's why Wolverine became third on the list because one, I don't have a problem with Hugh Jackman's portrayal. I just think the movies, like you said, was Wolverine centric, but they also didn't give us like Wolverine. Like, it was just like he was making jokes, which he does sometimes, but they didn't give us the suit until now.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, it was heavy on the Wolverine. Like even his origin story, it was like, damn,
we like a lot of other shit going on. Yeah, like the fuck. All right, so first we'll start, and if it's not so, because I feel like you mentioned Superman being your favorite, right? From DC. So, what's a second favorite superhero from the DC side?
Um, now that I'm grown, Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
when I was younger, it was John Stewart Green Lantern. Only because
Hell yeah.
one, he was black and he was fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
Um, but he was just like one of the dopest motherfuckers. Like some of his like things he said, either in the comics or on the shows,
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
power. Like he
He
wasn't
just
just no
felt like,
he
yeah,
wasn't
he
no
felt
throwaway.
like a fucking, yeah. Like when we mentioned the black part, he felt like a black father figure or something, or like a fucking
Yeah.
like your uncle or like your grand. Like it was just
He
like
remind
I
me of
felt
that
like I could
uncle
see
that
him.
come give you free game, but you know you got to
Yeah.
heart because this motherfucker is
Hell
serious.
yeah. When he playing. Yeah, that's what he felt like. I feel that. I would say mine, because my first is Batman. Um, second, and it does bounce with that too, because I fucked with John Stewart heavy. But it would have to be Wonder Woman.
I fucks with Wonder
Uh,
Woman. It just was
yeah.
the movies didn't do her justice, especially the last
The
one.
first one I think did really good. The second one was just so focused on like a love story kind of deal that it was
You
just
know
like,
what? I could have did the love story. What fucked me up was that Godard suit they put her in at the end from Power. I Godard from the Power Rangers.
oh, that dog. That was
That's that gold ass suit they put her in.
I
That's what.
I, I kind of fucked with it. Oh shit!
Wow.
But so like I like Wonder Woman because like I'm a huge Greek mythology buff and shit. Like I just love mythology overall, but Greek mythology is my favorite. And so just how they dive into it with her story, her backstory and origins, I just like from the beginning. This was always like hell yeah. And I think Gal Gadot did
Oh
perfect.
yeah,
Like she was the
don't get me wrong.
perfect casting.
She was made
Uh,
the role.
it was like oh that she is Wonder Woman. You know
She definitely is. Like, there's some people you look at and like, okay, that's that character. That person is
they
that
were
character.
born for that one.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
you
Because I mean, to hop on Marvel real quick, fucking Robert Downey Jr. He is
it's
Iron
Iron Man.
Man. Like that
Yeah,
was
he was there. Chris
that's it.
Evans, and then, yeah, like so. Not to Marvel love stand right now,
Mhm.
but Marvel's casting. They cast the perfect people to
Oh,
get that the ball
dog,
rolling.
what?
Like Chris Hemsworth
Yeah,
is Thor, Chris Evans is Captain America. You know, even
yeah.
fucking what's his name who played Ant-Man, who I can't think of. You
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
You're right
even Chris
for it.
Pratt and Star-Lord, like they had the blueprint
They
on
have
camera.
it.
They picked the perfect people to embody
Yeah,
and bring those characters to life in a way that,
yeah,
had they picked just some random ass motherfuckers, it wouldn't have worked.
yeah. Because they haven't missed yet. Honestly, I'll say that they
No,
haven't missed yet as far as
like none of
casting.
their
So it's
casting
like
has
they
been
got that. Um. All right. So then, before we get to the meat of the episode, favorite DC villain.
man. I
I'll
fucks with
say
Lex
mine if you got
Luthor.
yours. Okay.
I fucks with Lex Luthor only because I used to watch
Yeah.
Smallville and watching that was my
Yeah.
show. Like, I watched that shit religiously.
Hell
Because,
yeah. That
like
was
I
shit.
said, Superman was my guy. So seeing him, you know, like because they never really gave us that kind of up until that show, like his backstory. Like
Yeah.
you never seen Superman as Superman. You know, Christopher Reeves was just Superman from the first movie,
Yeah.
oh,
right.
awkward and all that. So watching Smallville, I gained a respect for Lex
Mm.
because people don't realize Lex was fucked up. You know,
Yeah.
Lex
Hell yeah.
he was the other side of the coin of Superman. Like if it has, and they even did an episode had the roles been
Had
reversed.
they switched. Yeah. That was one of my favorites. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And Clark was, a Luther. That that really kind of made me think, like, man, Lex just really, and then
Mm.
Amanda Waller, because Amanda Waller's a fucking
Oof.
ruthless
Oh
ass.
yeah. She's a villain.
She's a ruthless as fuck. Like Amanda Waller,
I
and
ain't sure give a
no
fuck
matter
about
who plays
nobody.
her, whether it's cartoon or the movie, she is ruthless as fuck in all of them.
Yeah, every version. And for that, I do think Viola Davis is good casting for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
her
yeah,
tone in it is very great.
yeah.
Uh,
She knows how to be hateable. Like she knows how to be likable and hateable at the same time. And that's I think Amanda Waller's character because like she do fucked up shit, but it's also sometimes very needed shit. like,
yeah,
so it's like, damn, I hate this bitch,
but
but
at the
she
same
right though.
time, do some necessary.
Yeah. Mine from DC. I had this conversation before, and I said the person. So I'm gonna do my second favorite, but the first favorite is the Joker.
See, I can't.
Because
So the Joker is one. but I feel like he's been so idolized that he don't feel like a villain no more. Because him and Harley Quinn was two of my favorites.
Yeah,
And if you watch the Harley Quinn show, now she's kind of an anti-hero.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't call her as a villain, and then the Joker is just a fucking rock star.
I need to still straight up villain. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it depends on the version, cause
yeah,
like the Dark Knight one, Heath Ledger, that's like my
great.
favorite adaptation. That's like,
Yeah,
cause like why I love the Joker is because of the whole psychological, just he's a mind fuck. I love psychological type fucking crazy characters and shit, and like, cause one, I think it actually be really fun to play him. Um, and I want to be the first Black Joker. ADC, y'all heard me. Multiverse. Anyway, you got to be black somewhere.
somewhere.
um, but like and it's kind of funny, like with the storyline you brought up of like Lex and Superman switching spots. That was like one of my favorite Batman storylines. I think it's Killing Joke, where the
Oh, yeah.
Joker's whole plan is like to show Batman how anybody can be me. He's like, and the one bad fucking day, the one terrible day a motherfucker have can have them end up just like me. So don't think so high of yourself, nigga. Like, it's like he's smart, but also totally fucking insane.
To him was the split second where he could be like fucking philosophical, and then like the next second he could be like raged as fuck.
Like in fucking insane, yeah. What do you think? Because there's one more. I, I struggle. Is either Dark Side or what the fuck is Raven's dad from Teen
Oh,
Titans? Trigon. Yeah.
yeah, damn. I was like, damn, what the fuck is his name? I forgot his
Only
name.
because of his power level and the fact that he just could never be fucking really released, or he'll just fuck all his shit up. And it was like the last Justice League film that they had where him and Darkseid actually fought, and he was
Yeah,
excited to fight. Darkseid trying to get away. He like, oh, this is a wonderful gift. I
yeah,
get to fight this motherfucker.
that movie fucked me up because that. So DC's animated has always been
Oh,
like
I
top
mean, miles ahead of
top
Marvel
tier.
animated.
I don't know where the fuck like whoever's making the fucking animations need to make the movies because these niggas is
It's
spot
like,
on.
'cause I don't get how they don't translate.
And then you look at Marvel's animated, and they just be like, be
It's
totally
like,
different. 'Cause
outside of, I'll say the new Spider Verse shit, like that's been like the best
okay,
animated thing that they really came
so
out with for real in a
I don't know if you're
while.
gonna touch on this, but the people who made that wanted to do an animated movie of Batman Beyond, and
Batman Beyond, yeah, I saw that
took
recently.
that shit down. What the
That
fuck?
shit would have looked
They
so
already had the
fucking good.
storyboard put together to show them. They brought it to them like, hey, this is what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That
kind
shit
of
would
in
have
the
looked good.
style of Into the Spider Verse, but it's Batman
Mm-hmm.
Beyond, an animated movie, full length.
Yeah,
And these niggas said, nah, we don't want to go that direction.
I'll be good.
Nigga, what
Fucking
direction are y'all
idiots.
going? 'Cause I'm so confused. But I did just watch the Flash animated one. That was
Uh-huh.
dope.
Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. Yeah,
The
that was a
last
good
one
one.
they had, but I think there's supposed to be a part two to that.
If I'm not mistaken, because I mean it's something that kind of happens at least a couple of times in the comic storyline, so that makes sense. Um, and to harp on that one, actually, that's my other favorite hero, fucking Constantine. Sorry, I
Constantine,
left my hair for a second.
Constantine
Yeah,
is dope.
I love Constantine. And they're about to do a number two with Keanu Reeves. And he's not necessarily the best casting for it,
Nah,
but I like Keanu and I like the story, so I'm like, fuck it, go ahead, go
I
ahead,
mean,
why
it
not?
beat whatever they was trying to do uh,
Yeah, but
before.
that's the first part of like the DC problem. How we touched on that. Why the fuck are these animated? Like, I mean, I have yet to see any of them be bad. Like, I love all of the fucking animated movies. They're all
I
on on HBO, and I'm like, damn, that's good. This good. This good.
They all are good.
How?
I've watched them all. Um,
Yeah. And
I
this most
don't,
recent like run and storyline for the past like 2-3 years was just A plus.
and they've been tying them together, kind of. Like some of them
Mm-hmm.
been like one movie to the next have been. So you got to
Yep.
kind of, but it's I don't know. Like I guess I don't know who's in charge of animation, but they need a raise. They've been on
Yeah.
point with the direction. The voice actors are good. The stories are they taking the right storylines and putting them to movies.
Man.
It's just they. They live
It's like,
action.
why can't y'all get this over here? What's the so like? Okay, so this is one of my theories, and I'll ask you what you think. One of your theories is. One of mine is I think they got after the Avengers. I think DC got really anxious. It was just trying to keep up with Marvel
So
versus taking their time to introduce. Because you think of Justice League, we got introduced to like 3 or 4 characters in that movie that should have already had introductions. And it was like, no, we gotta have a team up movie too. Like it was like they just started to try to catch up and just rush so many storylines and things that I don't think they thought out what they were doing.
so true story. Remember Superman Returns, that bullshit ass movie?
Yeah.
So before that flopped, they had
Mhm.
already had a Justice League movie in place. Common was gonna be
Mhm.
John Stewart. You know what I mean? I think
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Army Hammer or somebody was supposed to be Batman, like fully fleshed out Justice League
Mhm.
movie. And this is way before Avengers, way before Iron Man. So DC was this was 2000, what that movie dropped? 2005?
Yeah,
Superman
it's like
Returns.
between '04 and '06 in that area.
So they had that movie not flopped, they were already on to the Justice League movie.
Mhm.
But that Superman Returns flopped and them niggas panicked. And that's what happened to DC. That's the point in
Mhm.
time. If you try to pinpoint where DC fell off, that moment. Because as soon as Superman
Mhm.
Returns dropped, they panicked and didn't know what to do.
Because I mean, the crazy thing about that is Iron Man came out the very next year.
That's what I'm saying. So then
Like,
as they're watching Superman Returns fall and Iron Man's coming up, that trajectory, that's where they panicked right there. And that's
mhm.
how DC fell off as far as their movies. And they haven't been able to recover since then because now you have all the Avengers. Now they're trying,
Mhm.
now, like you just said, they're trying to keep up with what
They
Marvel's
just keep,
doing instead of doing their
yeah,
own thing. Because Iron Man succeeded and Superman Returns didn't. And ever since then, they've been trying to play catch up.
DC, like,
And they're fucking
yeah,
up because now they're trying to follow the same Marvel formula. Because you see, like
mhm,
Justice League was this dark, gritty, uh
yeah.
drama feel
Yeah,
like what the
yeah.
fuck
But
is
the
wrong?
crazy thing is, like, that's like so like that's the thing about it that makes it funny too. Because to be honest, like I love Marvel. For me, Marvel always felt more relatable in the sense that they use a lot of metaphors, but it was a lot of real life shit. You know, X-Men is racism. You know,
Mhm,
Spider-Man is low key being like down low. You know, got the secret identity you can't tell nobody about kind of thing. So it's
mhm.
like
That
it
the
was a lot
X-Men
of relatable basic ideas. DC was dark as fuck. DC has always been like dark, like, and
yeah.
so it was like they could have easily just dived into what they are, and so that leads to my next point. It almost feels like they don't have true DC fans in those writing rooms or in those like production rooms. It's just motherfuckers who's just like money, money,
Yeah.
money. Like they're not actual motherfuckers who read a comic book or watched, any of the animated series or anything. They just like
I would
this
say
is what
the
Marvel's doing.
animated whoever doing the animated people, they love their fucking job.
They love that shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Whoever
They
doing
love
live
it.
action movies is collecting a fucking check and need to be fired.
Give it to all the motherfuckers and clean up. Like literally just let the people who are doing the animated shit just move them on.
And here's
Hey, can
that's
y'all
the
come
other
over here?
thing, because like when James Gunn took over, now they're still keeping it separate. So like the animated
Yeah,
universe,
and so he's like completely demolishing the world and starting over from scratch.
which
And,
I really
and that's also my biggest thing too. They keep starting with Superman.
that not only that, but they keep starting over. Period. Every 10 years, these
That
motherfuckers
too.
reboot
That
and
too.
reset, and this is like, dog, how many times can you reset before you start? Marvel
And
hasn't
keep the
reset.
interest. Like that's
Marvel is
not.
not resetting. Marvel is pushing forward with new stories and new
They're
movies.
like, oh shit, we maybe that was a little fuck up, but we just gonna reach. We're gonna change up the trajectory. Maybe we'll change out what's coming next. But like, they're not gonna fuck it. Let's just
These motherfuckers just
start
took the
over.
whole universe, balled it up, and threw it in the trash. I'm like,
It's
you
like,
know
you know
what?
what? Let's make
Let
another
us
one.
happen.
It's
Like,
like,
come on, nigga, we seen it. It happened. You mean Henry
literally,
Cavill was Superman, and you fired this nigga to go younger?
and it just tripped me out because again, they haven't learned the lesson yet either. Like I get that these are your big three, but why Marvel has also worked too, because the reality is Iron Man wasn't a big character like that when his film came out. Like people, he
Mm.
was motherfuckers knew Iron Man, but he wasn't like when people ask who's your favorite Marvel character. Not many motherfuckers were saying, "Oh,
Not
Iron Man."
then.
They picked a character who wasn't in the main, you know what I'm saying, comments and the main like mindset of people and was like, let's see if this works. And it worked. They won't. DC refused to switch up the formula and try a new person. They like either we started with Superman or Batman or both. That's
that's the problem because like we didn't see Batman's
niggas are tired.
I know these motherfuckers are tired of being resurrected to die in every movie. Like
nigga, I am sick of Superman movies.
It's like, please, nigga, we done died 16 times in all these movies and animated. Just let us go. And we done blew up Krypton 22 times. Like that.
Right.
But that's the starting point. Now I just don't get it because it's like, why are we starting? Like, I understand those are your two biggest, baddest characters, but damn, the Jon Stewart movie wouldn't hurt. You know, even they tried the Green Lantern, but at least they came out with something different.
That was an awful movie. My God. Oh my God. Ryan Reynolds knows though. At least he knows.
Yeah. But as a Ryan Reynolds fan, I'm like, damn, I really don't like this. Ryan Reynolds kind of made the movie shitty.
Yeah. But like, you know, a Martian Manhunter movie. Because obviously, you know, he got the shapeshifter shit. He can move on around shit, even a cyborg film.
I would love to have seen the Martian Manhunter with him back in like the 30s, because you know his character started out as a detective back in the 30s. Yeah. So I would like to see that start there. We ain't got to get the whole movie in the 30s. Let's start there, you know, go through a couple years. Hey, 2012, you know, 1980s, you know, some significant moments in time where he might have been there doing something, and give us a 2.5-hour movie of that. God, I mean,
even start with like a Teen Titans kind of deal.
I'll do that.
Of like how they had like something, like, you know what I'm saying, something to like restart it, but also introduce new characters, so that because at this point I really am sick of fucking Superman movies. I'm not.
Hey, that's my hero, but if I see one more,
I don't need them. Because honestly, I think Smallville, just to bring that back up, covered most like
what are we?
You know what I'm saying, between that,
like what's that?
Like between that show and the other movies, we got more than enough of like Clark Kent and Superman story.
Superman and Lois and Superman, like Lois and Clark.
We got enough.
Like, that's enough. I'm not gonna lie Superman out, because we got him in so different avenues, TV, movies,
and that made me think about, because they do a lot of Batman films, but the thing with that is they are very different. It's always, for the most part, different villains and a whole different thing going on. Superman movies pretty much always had the same. It's always like a fucking origin story or something.
I don't get it, because when they do Batman, it's like, hey, Batman's getting old. We didn't get Batman Beyond the live action with Michael Keaton because the Flash trashed, but that's another story. Because they were
that was a fun movie, but it was bad. It was bad.
Well, it wasn't that it was bad. It's just that Ezra Miller is a piece of shit, and they decided to put this movie out. And people didn't want to deal with him because all the shit he did leading up to this movie, and you still put this movie out.
Yeah.
The problem. Like, you could have just said, fuck it, we're gonna go with Batman Beyond, Michael Keaton, we got him back. Let's just do that. But no, you had to put the Flash out because you put so much money the decision making is a problem.
Yeah.
I don't. They top brass, and then getting bought. They got bought out twice now. Warner Brothers Discovery and something else. So it's just like nobody, and the people who are buying it because they're not
potential cash. Like they're looking at it as potential cash cows. They're not like
Warner Brothers for Warner Brothers. Like DC just happened to be that stepchild to get thrown in. Like, we got DC Comics over here. I wanted, but they got some appeal.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. Because like to start this new, I'm still trying to figure out what this new Superman movie James Gunn is doing, what it's supposed to be about. Like, where are we starting at? Why are we doing this again?
And I think I have a theory that's probably going to be about passing a torch down kind of thing, because his sons, end up having, or one of his sons,
Jordan,
end up having the powers, and so he become like Superboy. So I think they're going to try that.
I seen that in the show.
Right.
Superman and Lois just did that, where Jonathan don't get powers and Jordan do. I seen that. So again, why are we doing?
Why?
Because we canceled that show after 3 seasons, and now they're gonna start a movie to do the same thing.
To do the same shit. Yeah, that's at least my theory.
Because the TV show was probably cheaper to make than the movie's gonna be.
Oh yeah, but that was my next question actually. Did you get into like the CW DC
Yeah.
universe that they had for a second?
So I didn't get. So I got in late on some of
Hmm.
them. Black
Yeah,
Lightning, fucking amazing. I watched
fucking
Black Lightning.
love Black Lightning.
I love Black Lightning. The
Hmm.
Flash and Arrow, I didn't get into Arrow too much. Um, and then
They have moments. They
well,
have
I
moments.
got
I was gonna say.
at the time. I think I was watching something else. I'm one of them people. I don't never watch a hot show while it's hot because everybody's
Oh
talking
yeah,
about it, all that stuff. I like to be able to just watch it and watch it. So sometimes I go back and I'll like rewatch like Psych. I'll rewatch that all the fucking time. But I've
yeah.
started watching the Flash and the Arrow separately here and there. I haven't did like a
Mhm.
deep dive into it, but the what was that? The other one, what Tomorrow,
There
Agent
was
like that. Because at the time, I
yeah.
was watching, that's why I didn't watch it because I was watching Marvel's Agents of Shield. Them shows was competing. So
Oh, that makes sense. That
Marvel's
makes
Agents of
sense. Yeah,
Shield was way better in my
that
opinion.
shit was
I fucking
yeah,
love that show. I still go
yeah.
back
That shit was
and watch
fire.
that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Every so
Actually,
often,
I said I want to do a rewatch of that too. I want to do that
fuck it.
soon.
I did one last year. Just started at
Yeah,
one and got all the way to the fucking last one. It took me a
yeah,
good amount of time, but it was well worth it because that shit is it's timeless. Like that show was
yeah.
fucking well done, even though they didn't
Um,
go to the movies. But so
yeah.
there was another one that the CW had with Captain Cold
Um,
and all them, and
yeah. It
because
was
they
like
did
the
kind of
Legends of
did Crisis
Time.
on it,
Legends of
yeah,
Time.
the time
Yeah, Legends of Time.
or yeah. So
That was
they
cool.
did the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossovers where everybody.
Those
That
was
one I
fire.
did watch. Those was fire.
Yeah,
Supergirl was meh. It
yeah.
wasn't. I don't know. And then
It had a little fan base, but
yeah, and I didn't get the Batwoman, and then I heard all the uproar because Batwoman is black now, and everybody was all pissed.
yeah, they gave that bitch one season and said no.
Nah,
Cancel that shit. So we
yeah,
can't do this.
yeah, it's like too many
We
white
can't
people
do
thinking
this.
about this.
Yeah, it lost the ratings like a motherfucker, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, they did.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just the TV, even the TV shows was better than some of the movies. I'll give them that. They
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
ambitious because some of the crossovers they
Because
did.
it seemed like they gave a fuck. It just genuinely it's like the people that is working on any other part of DC cares. And the
Mhm,
motherfuckers doing the movies is just
movies
like
just don't. It's just give us money and shut the fuck up if you don't like it. I just don't get it.
basically.
Because like the TV
Like
shows, like I said, they were ambitious, bringing in
mhm.
yes, black you had like 5 shows in
Black
one.
Lightning, like yeah.
Black
And
Lightning.
having them cross over and having each parts
You
on
even
every
had
episode of like every
you
show,
had
like
you even had the Smallville Superman on one of them because
yeah,
they
yeah,
him and the
yeah,
original Lois from the show did an
yep.
appearance in that crossover. So it's like, how can they do this? But the movies can't. Smaller budget,
It's like what
less time, and they get this shit right.
it's a genuine mystery. Like I don't
Like I'm really, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, this might sound like a joke, but sometimes, like back in the day, I used to lose sleep on why the fuck DC was
no,
on.
like, I'm telling you,
That used to keep me up at night because I'll be laying there, I'll be like,
that's some true blurred
Marvel,
shit. That's right.
Marvel had Blade to jump off the universe,
Mhm,
and they brought Iron
mhm,
Man. Blade brought the money, Iron Man brought the fans.
mhm.
DC has been doing Superman and Batman for the last 40 years, and this shit still ain't set. Like how like
It's like a
this
new Batman or Superman movie every 4 years, one or the
Batman is like
other,
clockwork.
off and on. Yeah.
15 years, I'll give them 10, every 10 years, whatever. But 10 to 20 years, you restart
Shit,
your
also like
universe,
every low key reality is like every 3 years, off and
it's every
on.
3
So
years. Yeah.
Batman movie come out next year, Superman, and two
Like
more
the
years, another
Robert
Batman. Like
Batman, the Robertson Patterson Batman, that sparkly, twinky Batman.
I
I don't
kind
know.
of liked it.
It was
It was
different.
really.
He was small. He's smaller
Mhm,
stature, so you think of Batman as this kind of bigger guy, but
mhm.
that's also apparently supposed to be Batman starting out.
But yeah, that was so it's that's what so it's based on year one, Batman year
Yeah.
one, that storyline. So it's
Hell,
like
even the
literal
Batman,
him.
even Gotham was better than like Gotham gave us better.
Gotham was fucking great. Yeah, I forgot about that shit. Gotham was great.
They had
Yeah, I
another one that
forgot
they
about
just
that
brought
shit.
out the where I guess Batman had died and these kids had found out his stuff. And his OCW, it got canceled real quick. It wasn't longer than a
Ah.
pencil. But it was like a newer
Oh,
show.
Fuck.
It wasn't called Batman, but it was called
No, no,
something
no.
that had to do with.
Damn, I know exactly what you're talking about because I just saw it's on HBO now. And I was like, I might just give it a
Yeah,
little quick watch. It's only one season.
like, nah, we ain't, this ain't gonna work, bro.
Uh,
What the fuck is the name of that
what the
bitch?
fuck is that shit? Nah,
Because now it's
because
gonna
I
hump me
know it.
because I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it's gonna get me. Okay. Let me just go to fucking HBO. I got your remote right here. Damn, lazy motherfucker. So while I'm doing that right quick, what's your favorite DC film? Like, what's one of the ones?
Um,
And let's say the main canon, because we can easily hop on like
yeah,
Dark
there's a
Knight
lot
or
of
something.
different split
Yeah,
streams.
let's
uh,
right.
I have to say the Batman with Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger Joker
Yeah, Dark Knight.
was Dark Knight was probably the best Batman to be of all time.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
That
that's
was like
even with the original Jack Nicholson Joker, which happens to be my third favorite
yeah.
movie, because Superman, the first Superman with Henry Cavill is actually second to me, and I felt like that was a better adaptation of the storyline of Superman,
Okay.
at least as an origin story goes,
Right.
because that's exactly what it was. But
Gotham Knights. Sorry.
that's what it is. Yeah, Gotham Knights, because they actually made a movie. They actually, because that's the
Yeah.
game TV. They got a movie, Gotham Knights,
Uh-huh.
and then they had the show, and the show didn't make it. And I don't even remember how. I don't know if it was, the show didn't make it. That's all I know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So I would say the Dark Knight has to be one of my hands down favorite DC movie because of Heath Ledger. Like
uh,
his acting in that movie and his portrayal,
and to
and
have lost his life,
yeah,
kind of technically playing that, like that
yeah,
just I
it's
always
like
think about that
that's
as like
how
an
much he
actor.
put into himself that he actually
Yeah.
passed away,
Yeah.
like
And
doing
you
that
can
after that.
see
So
like he is the Joker. Like yeah. I'll say mine just to keep it open because that's definitely one of my that is my favorite. Um Harley Quinn. The Emancipation of Harley Quinn. I think it was I would have wanted a little bit more of Black Canary using her power. So that
Yeah,
annoyed me that she didn't use it to the end. Um
yeah, I
or
forgot.
she didn't use it once to sing, but I think it was a fun movie. I think it was good. I think um sometimes America can be a little sexist. So when it comes to like a female led movie, sometimes it's not gonna get the attention that it should.
Not at all.
Um because like I just watched the Marvels and I let motherfuckers kind of talk me out of going to go see that at the theater. Like low key, I'll be very honest. Because I have Marvel fatigue, and that's another episode. But like I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna see the Marvels. And I just saw some comments and so I was like, you know what? I'll wait. And I watched, I was like, this shit is dope as fuck.
It's actually
God
good.
damn it.
Like,
Yeah, it's fucking good. I
Marvel
was
is
like,
actually good. Like, I think because people are like fucking idiots, and we can't
yeah,
have female leads, like you said. But the way that they put that story together and bridge the gap
yeah,
between all three of them, and gave you more of a rundown on their powers and what
yeah,
Captain Marvel was doing during the
yeah.
time that the blip and all that. Like, she got married. Like, there was shit that happened in
All
this
kind of
movie.
shit. It was like, oh shit.
Kamala
Yeah.
Khan starting to get the new Avengers together gave us that.
Mm-hmm.
She went to go see.
Yeah. Fucking Photon, she fucking in a whole new universe with the goddamn X-Men.
Yeah, like that's
Like
big.
it
Yeah,
gave us a lot.
like people don't realize. Like now
And the
that
way it was the fighting scenes, the way it was interchanging that shit, I was like, oh no, that shit is sweet. That shit is
I
sweet.
don't know how nobody didn't like people who say they didn't like that
Yeah.
movie. It's weird. Like I
It's
just don't understand how you didn't like that movie. Like that movie was fucking. One, the
dog.
story was good. Like the story
Yeah.
was amazing. Like people don't realize that story gave us so
It
much.
was completely fresh because it didn't that's not a storyline. That's not a
Yeah.
comic book
Not
storyline.
only that, but it was kind of independent of all the other movies. So
Mm-hmm.
it didn't rely on nothing from the past storylines that really happened other than like small
Mm-hmm.
things. So it was like
Yeah.
you say, it was a fresh story, but it's setting up so much for the future. X-Men,
Yeah.
Young Avengers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How can you be mad at us getting more? I just don't get it.
Because
People
it's female led. Because it's like it made me think about the all female Ghostbusters. I fucked with that movie.
it was good.
Hilarious.
It
It
was
was
good.
good. Oh, America hated it, and they said, "Fuck it, let's go back to
No,
let's
yeah.
go back to the other ones." Like literally.
I like the female one. Chris Hemsworth in that movie was fucking funny.
That shit was hilarious. Like,
Even though that's what led to Thor 4, Love and Thunder,
mhm,
being a little more goofy because of that movie,
yeah,
I still get behind it because it was still good.
yeah, it was. It was. Just to hop on that real quick because I'm having a blurred moment. We talk about Thor. Ragnarok is my fucking favorite. That was the best of the Thor movies. But
Yeah.
yeah. um. So then, what DC film do you think is the worst? Like they just really fucking. It was like, okay,
Batman vs
what are y'all
Superman,
doing?
Dawn of Justice, hands
No
down.
time. No time needed. Yeah.
Superman Returns is a close like 1A.
Yeah.
But the fact that they gave us Batman vs Superman, although it did live up to some of the comic elements,
Mhm,
you know what I'm saying, of them fighting, that fucking Ninja
mhm.
Turtle fucking uh that Ninja
Yeah.
Turtle Michelangelo looking fucking, I can't think of his
Yeah,
name right
it's
now
the
because
suit
it's so
thing.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is it deaf? Not deaf. Fucking. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. God damn it, it's
I
gonna
can't
kill me
think of his
too.
name. I can't think of his name. It's not
God
that
damn.
guy.
Yeah, it's gonna get me. Fuck, I gotta do it. Doomsday.
Doomsday, yeah, damn it. Yeah, there you
God
go.
damn.
I like
Okay.
Doomsday. Doomsday is a great character. His
Yeah.
origin gets kind of construed in the shows and the movies a little bit, but the fact that they
Mhm.
brought Michelangelo out as Doomsday fucking blew my mind. Because every time I seen
Yeah.
Doomsday in that movie before he got spikes, this nigga looked like a Ninja Turtle, and that shit fucked me up. And I can't let him pass for
Yeah.
that. Like that. Not only that alone, the Martha scene was bullshit. You're gonna let him kill Martha?
Yeah.
Why'd you say that? That bullshit.
Why'd you say that name? Yeah.
Martha. That bullshit.
Like. Yeah.
But the movie overall just was unnecessary because it didn't give us
Yeah.
Justice League. It just gave us them three and Superman dying.
Yeah. So for that matter, I say Justice League.
Which
The
cut?
first part, or yeah, the original cut, like the
Okay.
first one that
The,
came
the,
out.
the Snyder
Um,
cut was good.
yeah, yeah, it's 4 hours, but it's
Oh,
worth
it's
it
worth
because it gave us story. Because that's the problem. It's shit that should have been introduced in a film prior,
yeah.
or like other parts that they could have done separately, and then gave us Justice League. And so it
And
was
then
like
they
when the
kept
first
so
one
much
came
out
out,
of
it
it.
felt so fucking rushed.
Oh, that
It was like they
when
zoomed
Snyder
through that
left,
motherfucking movie.
Snyder left, and they brought over what's his name?
Joss Whedon. And I
Which
normally fuck with him. He made, and that was the thing. Again, trying to keep up because he did the Avengers. He did the first two.
and he
He
also
did
did
Avengers: Age of
Marvel's
Ultron.
Agents of Steel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was
So
showrunner
they
for
was
that
like, "Hey,
before he
come
left,
bring some of that over here."
but he didn't.
But also, you only got 2 months.
Yeah, and you got to cut out what you don't like from Snyder, which is pretty much
Yeah,
everything.
every fucking thing. So it was just like, yeah, watching it and knowing what it could have been. After, like, I
After
hated it
that,
even more after I saw the Snyder cut.
oh my
It
god,
pissed me off
people,
more. I was like,
people pissed on them posters after that Snyder cut came out. I mean, they were
I
up
was
in
like, nigga, this is
arms.
what we could have had.
Motherfuckers who was defending DC when they saw the original one, it's like, oh
Oh,
my
they was
god, no,
done.
we didn't have time, and this is a great movie, Justice League, this and that other one else. Like, you
Everything's not
motherfuckers
Marvel.
lied to us.
Right.
Take back
Dog.
everything. Shit was horrible. Like, I don't understand how
Okay,
they thought
so
people don't like that.
I mean, I think we kind of already slightly touched on it, but what do you think that DC could do to really just get the faith of the true DC fans back to be like, okay, they
So
got me. Like,
I think it's 5 parts. One, they need to stop
mm,
rebooting everything. Like, please just
yeah,
stay
goddamn
in
it.
one universe or stay in the here and now. Whatever happened in the
Yeah,
past, we can forgive you if you actually one cared about the movies that you're putting out,
yeah.
and two put out some good movies. Like
Because I don't need no more origins.
The Flash wasn't bad. It's just the actor you chose went off the fucking rails, and you stood by him while he pissed on people, stole shit, and then in our faces told us this movie was going to be amazing. It could have been had you got rid of Ezra Miller.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, some other little shit they could have did too, because
Oh, I
they
mean,
missed a couple
like,
points with the
the
actual
movie,
Flashpoint comic line. But I'm like,
I think because
it's a different
they did so
story.
many reshoots because of Ezra Miller, you had
Yeah,
to, kind of just go with what you had. It wasn't a
yeah,
bad movie. Let me say that first.
yeah.
The Flash movie wasn't
Far
horrible.
from the worst. Far
It's
from the worst.
it's it's not bottom. It's not bottom. It's bottom five, but it's not the bottom.
Mm,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? It has potential to move up. Over time. Have if they
Yeah.
make a new movie, not a new movie, but a sort of a I don't want to say sequel, but the next movie that they
Yeah.
do,
Something to link it.
yeah, something that brings it, what I'm saying, fills in those gaps
Hmm.
with it, I could it might jump up. Because now it makes me go back and want to watch it. Like, okay, where did I miss that part that brought this together? But
Yeah.
it either one, like I said, care about their movies. Two,
Yeah.
put some love into it. God damn, like you get
Yeah.
paid to make a movie, and it's just like y'all don't want to do it. Like, like
Yeah.
with these
Yeah.
niggas, like, and they also too need to bring whoever's doing the animated series, bring some of them motherfuckers on to the movies. Like, I don't care if they
Yeah.
consult,
Yeah.
uh, help write, whatever it is, but
Whatever the fuck, bring them on.
they
Yeah.
need writers who care, they need directors who care, producers who care, because you can tell there's not a lot of love in their movie. Like it's just some
Oh
cash
yeah.
grab. It's just like, hey, we gonna put these monies out because we put big names in them. Y'all gonna love it. It's like a slap in the face. Like, oh yeah, y'all
Yeah.
like milk, so we just gonna put some milk water on the shelves, and just because we put dairy in front of it, y'all gonna buy it. Well, nigga, it's
Right.
water. There's no milk in here. It's just water down milk. But we supposed to drink this and love it because y'all tell
Yeah.
us. It's like they shove it down our throats that we supposed to care because it's DC, because it's Superman, because it's Batman. We're
Hmm.
automatically supposed to just, be at the throne and just bow our knees, and be like, "Oh, DC, take our money." No, you motherfuckers
Nah.
don't
Yeah.
realize that Marvel is out here doing laps around you niggas with half
Yeah.
the fucking requirements to love them.
Because they didn't start fucking up until recently.
No,
They had a
they had
streak. So they go.
fucking 10-year run, like up until
Yeah.
after the Infinity. I think after Infinity Saga, they did kind of was like, you know what?
It was in and out because I liked the start. I just think they were trying to do, and again, we can dive into that on another one. But I just think they were trying. Marvel got overzealous after what they saw they was able to do, and said, "Fuck it, let's do everything." And they just started just pushing shit
I
out
I
without
think
no connection, without thought. They was like, "Nigga, we could do it.
I think they
Give them
got
movies
lazy.
and shows."
I think they got.
Really?
I mean, well, not lazy. I don't mean like they just got lazy. It was just like I think they got like over fatigued. Like if starting from Iron Man until the Infinity War, that was a
Yeah,
fucking adventure. But look how long
yeah,
that story was told. We talking
yeah, 2 years.
20 years, 10 years, 10 years. That was a
Mhm.
10-year. Now it's like, well, what do we do now? We didn't told the greatest story ever.
Yeah, and it's like they just so like they again because it's good drops after that. Like
Yeah.
WandaVision, fucking amazing.
Oh, Loki, fucking
Like
crazy.
Captain America and the Shield, yeah, or in Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
Loki. Like
Loki
they
was
had good
great.
shit, but then it was shit like Eternals. Like why? Like I fucked. I know Eternals wasn't even bad. It's just why are introducing them now? It doesn't make
That
no
not only
fucking
that,
sense.
but there was some movies that just the timing didn't make sense. You right.
Yeah, they just was like
Eternals,
dropping shit. Like
I did
here,
not
take this.
see Eternals. Like I said, Thor: Love and Thunder. Probably could have did without.
Yeah, it could have. Yeah,
Um,
it was
um,
fun, but we could have waited.
it was
Like it was
fun,
like
but
some
it
shit
was
that they just
waiting.
couldn't.
You could have just
Yeah.
did something else with Thor.
Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was good.
That was
That's my
good.
shit.
That was damn so good. I
That was
just watched
good.
that back on TV the other day because it was
Yeah.
on that and Deadpool came on.
Yeah.
But I
But
just
yeah,
think
yeah.
Marvel they got fatigued. It was like we just did a saga, a
Yeah.
10-year opera.
So I can see a mixer of both then. I think it's some fatigue, but then it was also like the
Yeah,
money backing behind it was like,
oh yeah.
shit, we can do whatever. Here, give them some shows, give them some
I was like,
movies, give
shit, we
them
got about
two
50
things a
shows
year.
sitting over here. Nigga, make whatever y'all want. You got an idea? Make
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah,
you get
make
a
it.
show,
Make some
you get a
more.
show, you get a show.
Fucking Hawkeye. You think it was like so much that came out in the past like 3 years.
Damn,
It
I
was
forgot
like
about Hawkeye.
crazy. Yeah. Black
Hawkeye,
Panther
you
too.
had
Like it was just like
Echo.
they just
Echo was actually
pushing the shit
good.
out.
I don't think people realize how good Echo was. And I didn't know the lead
I
of
haven't watched it
Echo.
yet.
It's actually so
Cause it's another thing that don't make sense. Why
that makes
are y'all
sense,
doing
but
this?
it's just another story being told. Now they just
Yeah,
tell a
damn.
story. No matter what time it is, they just tell a
Yeah.
story. Because Echo came from
Hawkeye shit.
the Hawkeye shit. So they're just giving her own little backstory. It's only like 5 episodes or stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I didn't know the lead actress is actually deaf.
Yeah. Yep.
Did not know that. I was like, damn, she a good ass actor. She playing deaf pretty well. Gonna find out she killed that.
No, nigga, she
So
is.
more props to her because she killed that role.
Yeah.
Even in the movie, even in her own series, and in because there's a I don't want to spoil it, but there's a Daredevil scene that only lasts about 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, because
But,
yeah, he's yeah.
but it's fucking
That's
amazing.
nice.
But yeah, I mean, I think Marvel is just they playing with house money. That's the other thing.
Mhm. But that's okay, no, because we gonna dive into that one. That's a whole nother. Because
Well,
I
I mean,
wanna,
like,
I wanna.
they can't do wrong,
No, no,
but
no.
they
I mean, I want to go there, but like
oh
we
yeah,
got to go back to DC. It's a DC
oh,
episode, and I will
yeah.
literally stay there. I will fucking stay right
I
there.
forgot all
I
about
lose
the
sleep over Marvel. Exactly, exactly.
I
And
think
I'm like,
Marvel.
no, Brandon, no.
If we look at it, if we looking at it as a whole, DC is they're not as far behind as they were just because of
Yeah,
Marvel's recent just pushing shit out, but they're still at least 5 years behind, 5 to 6 years behind.
yeah. At least,
You
at
know,
least.
because Marvel, their 10, like I said, 10-year run was fucking amazing. DC fell back 15 years. They've gained 10
Yeah,
years because of their animated, part of it.
yeah.
Animation has kept their name alive,
Miles. Yeah,
so they
yeah.
bought them some time to catch up. But if this new Superman, whatever this bullshit is coming out, is like a rehash of Smallville meets Lois and Clark, or Superman and
I'm
Lois,
gonna
or
be
whatever
so
it is,
mad.
we
I
be
really don't
paying.
even want to see it.
Why do we
So
keep
that's gonna piss
telling that
me off.
story? I just seen Superman's kid get power. They just the TV show did an excellent job of telling that story of Superman with a
Yeah,
family. I don't need a 3-hour movie doing the same thing
yeah.
because that's the reason
We
they
get it.
canceled the
We
show.
get
They
it.
canceled the show because they didn't want to compete with the movie.
Yeah,
So it's like if they canceled the show, which was running good, they cut the budget to keep it running just long enough to cancel it. For you to bring out a
yeah.
bullshit ass movie, I'm not gonna be happy. It's like I'm
Oh yeah,
already
nigga, we fighting.
keep
Fuck DC.
like we keep
Yeah.
telling you if I see another Batman origin story, another Superman origin story, I'm gonna
Especially
lose
the
myself a
Superman
long
one.
time. Especially
I would
Superman
lose my shit.
because we've seen this shit in
Especially.
the 70s, we've seen this shit in the 80s, we've seen this shit in the 90s.
And it's like it is always because like again with the Batman films, for the most part, there's always a different villain. There's only been 2 iterations of the Joker.
Yeah,
Well now it's the third one technically in a Batman film outside of the separate Joker. But like for the most part, it's usually different villains. You know, we've
yeah.
seen Bane, we've seen
Well,
Poison Ivy, Mister
I mean, Batman,
Freeze.
at least they don't keep, bringing back the original idea of how how Batman got started. They kind of
Yeah.
touch on it, but they don't give us the same killing scene in every movie. You know what I'm saying? So
But
it's
that then we also get the same fucking villains in the Superman movies.
yeah, it's either
It's
Lex or
either Lex, Doomsday, or the fucking his little cousins and shit that come from outer space. The 3 little motherfuckers from
oh yeah,
Krypton. They have to get a
yeah.
name yet, but it's always one of them three in every Superman movie. So it's like, well, what
Oh Zod, yeah, Zod.
we've
Now.
seen this. Yeah, there we go. Zod. Like we've seen this fight,
I'm
and
just
literally like 12 fucking times. Like since the first, like since Christopher Reeves was Superman, it was the same
yeah,
fucking
because
villains.
Zod was in that one, and then Lex
And
Luthor.
Lex Luthor, like. And
Yeah,
I don't think Doomsday was in because that storyline hadn't happened yet. But like
yeah.
even then,
And then Superman
so
Returns. It was fucking Lex Luthor.
DC needs to get over there, and so that's what I'll say for my thought in the future. It needs to over it's get over trying to catch up with Marvel because you won't at this point, which is fine.
True.
I mean, unless Marvel just stops for like 6 years,
7.
you won't catch up. You're right.
He's 7.
It's over.
Marvel can stop
Like
for 6 and still come back on the 7th year. Great.
dog. And that's it. Like it's like DC needs to try something different. Try something fucking different. That's really what it is. Don't be so afraid of risk that everything is just the fucking same. You know.
Yeah. I think they just
Um,
really need to just fucking, like I said, stop trying to make these two different entities, these two different DCEUs or whatever it is, the DC universe is now the DECU or whatever this bullshit is.
right, and they change
Like,
and say, okay, no,
stop
it's
trying
we'll
to
change
name
it.
yourself and first of all make a fucking movie that works. Then you can pick a name.
Fucking nickname. Yeah, let the
Like you trying
nickname
to pick a
speak for
business name,
itself.
you ain't even got a business. Like we gonna call ourselves Dunkin' Donuts and we gonna
Niggas
say
like we got an
Hash Brown.
LLC.
Like, what the
They
fuck?
got no fucking business.
It don't call yourself. It don't matter what you call yourself if your product is shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it
for
just
real.
don't matter. Hey,
Yeah.
we big boys auto parts, but we sell coffee. And shit makes no sense. Like that's what these
Yeah.
are. They're a fucking comic book company that makes shit movies. God.
Yeah. Goddamn. All right. Well, shit. Yeah, I think we kind of wrapped up the DC problem
And
effectively.
I was
Hopefully.
actually a little subdued because I usually get a little more harsher towards them motherfuckers.
Oh no, same, same. But like, I
I
think we
just
did hit the nail on the head, like the basics of it, of like what they need to fucking do. And when I drop this, hopefully somebody from DC watches and takes it to heart. Like, oh shit, maybe they're right. Cause nigga, we're
hey,
blerds.
no, baby, you
Um,
motherfuckers need to change your ways.
telling you. Um, but no, man, I appreciate you for definitely doing this shit with me. I love
Yeah,
talking
yeah, I always
about
have fun.
blurred shit, and I was figuring out some comic book shit. Before I let you go, I'll let the people know where to follow you, find you, all that good stuff.
You can find me on What the Shit podcast, the preeminent podcast for talking shit and interviews, or at least that's what I like to tell myself now that I've been doing this long enough. Uh,
Hey,
you can find me on the website, whattheshitpodcast.com, on Instagram, what the shit underscore podcast, on Facebook, what the stuff, only because Mark Zuckerberg is a DC fan and he don't want us to be the shit. Um, and everywhere else, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, what the shit. Um, Tap in, have fun.
hey, love it. I love it. Yeah, no, I appreciate it again. I'll definitely hit you up for another
But
nerd
yeah, I
topic
definitely want to do
here.
that Marvel one because I got a love for
Hell
comics.
yeah! I don't think that's gonna have to be a panel. Like I don't think I'm gonna
Yeah.
do a couple of us for that one because we got to solve that shit. um, but no, man. Real quick too, y'all definitely check out his show tonight. Last night he been doing the super dope trivia, and I can't even say that because it ain't gonna be the episode ain't gonna be out tonight. It don't even matter.
It don't matter. They'll be
What
all
up?
right.
This episode ain't gonna. Yeah, fuck it. Either way, y'all can still go on YouTube and watch
Check
the
it out.
shit
Yeah.
when after it's out.
I'll probably
Right?
be replaying some of the. Well, I actually know the audio will be up, so you can catch the audio.
Yeah.
You can go on my What the Shit podcast page on Facebook and check out all prior content. Get involved with it. Uh,
Yeah.
Find one you like, make it your favorite. Tell your friends, share it, all that good stuff. Shout out to Troy, man, for his 3 dope shows, including this one coming out.
Hey, thank you, thank
Hard
you.
work,
Of course.
hard to find in people, man. When you're doing this podcast and shit, some people don't make it to one show. So
Yeah.
to be able to, have 2 dope shows and come out with a third just because you can is an amazing
Yeah.
thing. So keep doing your thing.
Appreciate that, bro. Of course, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. But yeah, we go. I'm gonna hit you for the Marvel problem because my wheels is turning now. I'm like shit, cause no man. But yeah, no, I'll catch you later though. I'm definitely gonna come and come watch the final. I want to see who my competition gonna be. All right, man.
All right, thank you.
Of course. Peace.